Happy Thursday, everyone. We're just gonna probably run around a little bit while waiting for people to come in. Probably start doing missions around the top of the hour. Let me see this. Pretty sure we'll go to all those places in a bit. So let's just... probably find some place where we can trigger some of the random kill enemy missions. Like over here. There we go. You're not that late. I barely started. You can see on the lower left there where I got a cache key. My patron status went through this time, so if we get any loot boxes, I can open them. Hooray! I just figured we went around a little bit until like the top of the hour and then pick up our first mission for this week. Yes. It might just be quiet. I was deafening myself a little bit. One moment. Be nice if the game sound kept running while I was tabbed out. Okay, it's working now. And like, how is the balance with me Let me know if I need to tweak it some more. OBS decided to be weird before I... Thank you. Yeah, OBS decided to be a little weird about what it wanted to read when I fired it up today. Which one's this? Raven's not with me. Indeed. That'd be neat. Thank you, mister. Well, I'm sure you still know more than me.
Critical empowerment results.
I tried playing on Crowley for a while after the occult defense thing, and she has so much junk in her inventory that I can't remember what I was keeping. So that was a fun time. Well, yeah. That would be fair. Octet we want, since it makes us more likely to trigger our special abilities with chaos. I think Schism is the best we can have. Turmoil. That for now. But how is your guild's warring going? Have you considered cloning yourself? Becoming a party of one. Nah. There can always be more. Imagine all the things you could get done. But it's about time to move along, so I'll go ahead and start the next couple of cutscenes.
Blessed are the meek, but doubly blessed are those who do the Lord's work boldly. It is through His grace that we find sanctuary in His house, when His house is besieged by zombies. Not to belittle the Lord's work, but perhaps the Illuminated Ones made this place a safe place through some conjuration of theirs. Blessed by the Lord, of course, or at the very least tolerated. Whatever the providence of our sanctuary, it extends no further than the doorstep. Even the cemetery spills over with the devil's spawn. I've tried prayer, I've tried my 44, but Satan's wearing Kevlar, and Bible thumping just pisses them off. Kingsmouth is a book of secrets, an illuminated manuscript waiting for those who would read between the lines. I've seen it spelled out, the hidden truth of this blighted Garden of Eden. For are we not seekers of knowledge, you and I? Even a man of God can have his eyes open to further enlightenment and illumination. To be illuminated under the eye. The pyramid? The Illuminati. I'm with the Illuminati. I don't have a badge or anything like that. I'm what you might call a hobbyist member. But I earned it. I did extensive research on the net. The code words I followed led me to forums. Secret forums. Forums that don't show up on Google. And I'm an avid poster. A valued poster. I know there are paths in Kingsmouth not on any map. The work of the Illuminati is everywhere. A secret gospel, chapter and verse throughout the town. Signs and formulae. That's why you're here, isn't it? Now, my work is not exhaustive. There are elements of our grand plan I may have overlooked. Tiny, tiny details still left unexplored. I trust we have each other's disclosure.
They made a moderator of the games section, I'm sure. But yeah, as we saw last week, they had somebody spying on him, and we're probably planning on having him killed had all of this not happened. But yes, he is an official, honorary sort of member in his own mind.
My child, Kingsmouth Congregational is always open these days. Especially now my flock is considerably reduced. But even if we had holy water, I'm afraid it would have run dry by now. If the good sheriff sent you, tell her I'm doing just fine. I have my books, and I have the Lord. And a 44 behind the pulpit, for differences of faith. We don't usually do confessions, but, well, your secrets are safe with me. As God and Kingsmouth's founding fathers are my witness, I've heard and seen it all, the great and the small. Or maybe, looking at you, we're both in the business of secrets, if you follow my meaning. This is no Armageddon. I hope you're not disappointed. The Mayans might have blocked it in on their calendars, but we have enough of heaven and earth illuminated to us to know better. God bless the internet. Knowledge is power, especially with Google on your side. Do you think this is God's work? Hardly. If God was done with us, surely he would just send down a meteor to finish the job. No, this is all a puzzle. A puzzle that the pieces of this town were fashioned just so to fit by Solomon Priest, I'm sure of it. Solomon Priest. That name says a lot about the man, don't you agree? King Solomon. Now there's an interesting fellow. Look at the churchyard there, chewed up like Susie's clam chowder. I've been keeping a head count, blessings to re-administer, plots to be returfed, other unfortunate logistical problems. Certain discrepancies with the deceased. I mean, out here where there's more ground than people, internment is a God-given right. But in some cases, without a towners mostly, the students from the academy. Well, I believe it's for science, for the advancement of mankind, yes, an enlightened pursuit. A noble tradition. And boys will be boys.
So we can probably guess that Mr. Freezy out there, who is digging up body parts and collecting those more so than any, like, jewelry or anything that people might have been buried with, was probably selling parts to Innsmouth Academy, where they teach necromancy, among other things. Let's see. Be focusing more on a sacred place, probably. But you have been there. The Kingsmouth Code. As an epicenter of early Illuminati history in the New World, Kingsmouth is still full of signs and symbols. Understanding their hidden message could unearth ancient secrets left by the Illuminati Fathers. Henry Hawthorne said the founding fathers of Kingsmouth left clues to forgotten secrets all over town. Follow the traces of the Illuminati to uncover their mysteries. And a sacred place. According to Henry Hawthorne, the Kingsmouth Congregational Church is protected by ancient Illuminati wards. Investigate the wards and try to figure out how they work. Test the potency of the wards protecting the church. Draw zombies to the church and observe the results. So alas, it is not faith that is protecting the church, but the fact that they drew little squiggles all along the walls that are very effective in blowing up zombies. Apparently ghosts get really annoyed if you do them badly. Killed, but we summon a very large one. Yeah. We do outlevel things really quickly. Fascinating. The wards in the church should hold indefinitely, but they will not be easy to duplicate. It's not a question of holiness, but of advanced chaos control and study. One day you will master such anima powers and apply them at will. For now, we must make use of what we have. Your findings show that the church was constructed as a safe haven against precisely this kind of onslaught. It seems the old Illuminati Magi, the founders of the town, knew from the very beginning that Kingsmouth is a place of darkness.
Critical empowerment results.
Let's see what else Mr. Hawthorne has for us.
Kingsmouth is not a town without its blight, its fallow seasons. In times past, these lands have borne bad fruit. The demons are plucking forgotten apples that should have been left to rot on the boughs of Kingsmouth's tree, planted in unsanctified soil. By apples, I mean bodies. The tree represents, graves, and the unsanctified soil means, well, unsanctified soil. Unmarked graves. Mass graves. They operated with rationale, our illuminated ancestors. I'm sure of it. I mean, who am I to question these men of action? Those men of God. Even if they did stumble in their faith, well, that can happen to all of us. We forget to say grace. We lie. We cheat. We fornicate. We do worse. We have more immediate concerns than being ministers of past sins. What they're digging up is something that should remain buried, hidden from inquisitive eyes and wagging tongues. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
But also the Illuminati are just assholes. What do you want to do? Do you want to do some unmarked graves, or do we want to do puzzles? So mass graves pretty much are just like in opposite directions of where we are. Yeah, we can go check out the mass graves. Zombies. So we got some witch trial victims. Like we've kind of seen before, the Drog are ordering the more recently killed to dig these up. Time moves, first in shouts, then in crackling. The ashes cool. Witnesses claim to have seen a man or men throwing torches into the harbor warehouse before fleeing. Mysteries wink in the murk of acrid air. The dead are not buried on holy ground, but flung into a mass grave. The citizens count the lost and cry out for justice. Yeah, I mean, these ones are pretty fancy. They have like fire powers. Way better than the, boring recently deceased. not. Here, I believe we have miners, yes. Here they are. They're pretty crusty and very dead. People keep trying to make use of the Blue Ridge mine, and for whatever reason, things keep going terribly, terribly wrong. I believe these ones were killed in a collapse. Scanning. New England. The Drog of Kingsmouth are very real, very corporeal. When the fog came, the townsfolk walked into the sea to drown, rising again from the waters, driven forward by pale humanoids. Clad in the seaweed of the Sargasso, these pallid creatures sported shells and all manner of aquatic growths. Their bloated bodies crawled with marine carrion eaters and parasites, becoming walking nests of the crustaceans that served their will in symbiosis. Adapted to life in the ocean, they look deceptively awkward on land. Their presence is betrayed by the putrid stink rot that they carry from the bottom of the ocean. Their decaying, undead brains carry no mercy or empathy. Extra soggy zombies. Check, there's nothing else up here we want. Stuck in a rock. Recent miners. Yes, suffocate. Maybe they were the ones in the collapse then. Hard to keep up when people here keep dying horribly. Darknesses converge. The one that came from the sea is eager to meet those that breed in the soil. They attract each other. Kingsmouth is rich with occult energy. The witches, the miners, the cultists, all were haunted and all met their violent ends. The Drog can sense these historical wounds. They peel back the skin and expand their forces. We cannot change Kingsmouth's past, but we must strive to learn from it and to keep the Drog away. So, yeah. That is more or less what happened here. The fog is one species of the filth that rolled in on a cargo ship, the Polaris. And when it got here, it discovered there was already a strain of the filth that exists in the soil, mostly from the mine. And they're kind of trying to work together a little bit. Thank you. But the local strain did protect some of the townies from the fog. Like why Andy wasn't affected. He's probably already been exposed. He has a different strain, so the fog couldn't haul him into the ocean. So it's just a lot of bad things that all kind of piled up and went off all at once. And now puzzles. Oh, that too. But you know how small town America is. It's all a powder keg ready to go off. And this one got set off pretty hard. So we have this nice sewer cover. Lux Omnia Vincit. And this is our hit for what we're going to do. It is the sewer thing. Yeah. Only good memories, I'm sure. But since nobody here is here right now, well, you know, triangles form an arrow, which we orient which way it's pointing by how the eye is placed. So we're going that way. Or we find another one, which is pointing down this street. And we keep going with this for a while. Still down this street. And still down the street. Now it's pointing down this way. Take a right here. Kill the drug. Should be led somewhere over here. There we are. Found a plaque. In the seat of power, the navigator immortalized, illuminating the path to the sleeping priest in Fletcher, in memory of Franz Hals, who perished in the light, 1580 to 1666. So, do you remember where we go next? Using this hint? Good job! The seat of power is going to be Town Hall. And... no. The lighthouse is on the next map, Savage Coast. We aren't allowed to go there yet. We went... guess this street? Yes. Oh, we are here. We have a bunch of paintings. Our thoughts are dark as oil, choking as gas. So we look at any of these paintings and it will tell us give us a hint to a location to go to. So we're going to run off to the gas station now. It won't let me choose another painting until I have solved that hint and discover that it was wrong. And the cheap plastic clock. Gas station is over here, I think. Yes. Actually nothing here for us to do because that was the wrong hint for the wrong painting. So we just go back and we have to figure out which painting we need to look at. This is the one that was definitely wrong. Just nice little landscape there. Different things over here. There's a nice giant there. Dude. There's hell. Nice fine artwork. All over the place. I believe it's this one. The navigator. With his globe and his spyglass. And I believe you can also look up Franz Hals. He is an actual painter. And I think he mostly did like portraits kind of like this. Time is the province of kings and gods. The hands of time point to truths written by kings and the word of God. The path is open to the enlightened. No. I think one of the hints, if you choose the wrong painting, then it sends you to the firehouse. But this is the one we were looking for. So, time, kings, gods, and cheap plastic clocks, like you've already pointed out. So... So, our cheap plastic clock tied to our ancient puzzle, it says 10:10. So, once the book of the Bible, I believe 1 Kings 10:10, and that is our next step. Can I use the web browser? The answer is no. Let's see. Not entirely sure the best way to set that up. Choo. Good enough. Let's see if this will work. First Kings 10:10. And she gave the king 120 talents of gold, large quantities of spices and precious stones. Never again were so many spices brought in as those the Queen of Sheba gave to King Solomon. Yeah. This is like one of the first puzzles I did when I was introduced to the game. So it's always kind of stuck in my mind. And I suppose that there was a fancier clock somewhere at one point. But they decided to get a cheap one. So what's our next step? Well, yeah. I don't want to shell out for things like clocks. I think we're allowed to just go in now? Question mark? This is the Solomon priest's house. So we're going to see if we can break into his basement. Yeah. Well, I suppose he was one of the founders here. He can do what he wants. Using our clue that we looked up for the 120 talents, we can get in. I suppose if the clock was on the church, people would get annoyed that it wasn't working eventually. Little cheap plastic clock is fine. Everybody knows those don't work. Error. Access requires root permissions. Input password or type hint to view the password hint. As the famous Solomon priest once said, light conquers all. Which we have seen before, written on the store covers. Lux, Anya, Vincent? Yes. Which I think is a typo. I think I've read. I don't know Latin. Access secure artifacts. And guess maybe it won't let me view the archives. No archives for us, but we get some loot. The eye, the pyramid, the phoenix. The trouble with Illuminati labyrinths is that they all lead to something. It reeks of desperation. However, Kingsmouth is their world, and we must accept to navigate it. Inevitably, there will be more Illuminati codes to break in the future, ones that do not lead to mere material gains. Learn to see through their paranoid and burdened way of thinking, and their world will be yours to manipulate. In the meantime, remember to bring these artifacts with when you return. The Illuminati will blame the Templars for having taken them, for no one suspects the dragon.
Promoted. Faction rank increased. New rank the following.
We're officially cooler. We are a scale upon the tail.
셋은 항상 세 번째죠. 5와 4는 멀리서는 감당 못해요.
I feel praised. We got more new sunglasses. Oh, and we have unlocked the agent system, looks like. Congratulations, you have unlocked the agent network. Recruit agent and dossier details screen, so we can occasionally just get these through completing main missions, buy them, get them and as rewards for stuff. Unlock agents across the world, send agents on missions, unlock combat bonuses to use on your character. So these are like little idle missions you can do. You just set them up, let them run, you get rewards, and as you level them up you can pick a couple to give you bonuses. So we got Faction Recruit. Subject is the latest recruit to your faction's order. A young and determined individual, this agent is willing to do whatever it takes in the field to impress the faction she has sworn allegiance to serve. Though young, she can be handy in many situations and is eager to move up the ranks. The subject is always a phone call away, and, in her mind, no task is too big or small. You need it done, she'll do her best. Yeah, more or less. So, as we level her up at level 25, we get bonus protection. And level 50, we get extra health. All missions have one of these 3 stats assigned to them: prowess, adaptability, ingenuity. The better your agent is in those, the better they'll do. They get powers. Intense training and preparation has increased this agent's prowess and adaptability and reduced the likelihood of being incapacitated on missions. And some missions will have like a power to assign to them. If your agent satisfies those criteria, you can get bonuses. Faction Recruit is a female human agent, age 25, and we can get some different things. Which, this is another of the mods I have. It shows all of the possible agents that you can get. Not all of them are human, like Amir is a Jinn. The one they showed on the preview, oh, there they load. Yeah, he's a Jinn. There's a ghoul. Like Lady of Mists is a fae. Just different things, different people. These are the community moderators, managers. There's the ghoul. Yeah. All kinds of people we can get. Like a lot of these I think are fan-made too. Oh, he's I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce his species. Blajini. They're kind of a Romanian leprechaun or house elf type creature. Yeah. We can go ahead and send Faction Recruit out to go do some stuff. There are no bonus objectives on this one. We'll just get some money. We'll get these rewards, which some missions will require we have those. It'll take 10 minutes. We can get gear for our agents. The Fashions of Hannah. Hannah is going on an assignment tonight and will need to utilize her seductive powers in order to get the information she needs. As such, she has been fitted for a beautiful dress she feels will be the icing on the cake. Due to her time constraints, she will need someone to pick up the dress for her. This would be an excellent opportunity for your new faction agent to go on assignment. And this one's just a tutorial. So we will go send her out, and she will hopefully survive. And since I have Patron, I have another slot available by default. They're just that skilled. But hello, Hika. You missed us breaking into a basement through puzzles. We also spoke to Reverend Hawthorne here at the church, and it turns out that the church really is safe. If we lead some zombies in, they dissolve on contact. We are going to pick up his last mission.
There's a glint to your eyes that I recognize from the bathroom mirror. You've walked Kingsmith's secret trails, yes? What was it like? Was it illuminating? Were you enlightened? If it weren't for circumstance and my duty to the Lord, I would join you, document your expedition. Although, those are not the only paths. Some run deeper, more hidden. Tap your foot on any paving stone down Main Street, and you might hear the echo of Illuminati history. Oh yes, Solomon Priest and Isaac Fletcher put this soil to work when they raised Kingsmith above and below. Why, the whole of Solomon County is positively riddled with tunnels. But I wouldn't expect most people to notice. They're too enclosed by their simple lives to comprehend the secret world around them, below them. You can't stop now. I know that feeling intimately, the desire to keep digging. That glint won't fade, the restlessness in your heart won't slow. The voices won't fall silent. Dig further, dig deeper, always deeper.
Yeah, Reverend Hawthorne is a big Illuminati fanboy. He's been to their message boards. He's an avid and well-liked poster. But the real secret of their safety is these symbols. They're all around the bottom of the church walls. They are Illuminati wards. So less the church itself and more the weirdos that have been here before. And now we go to the tunnels. When the Illuminati founded Kingsmouth, they didn't only raise a town, they dug deep into the ground as well, carving secret passageways that echo to this day. Find the tunnels beneath Kingsmouth and discover where they lead. Henry Hawthorne says you can hear the hollowed-out tunnels when walking down Main Street. Track down these echoes of the Illuminati. Yes, true faith is in conspiracy theories. But that's also why they had somebody watching him, and they were probably going to kill him had zombies not occurred. I'll go ahead and start this one off. There's the loose pavement. Excuse me. Have a big key. So now we need to figure out where we'd find a big key. Going in here because it's fairly safe. Hey, and we got our first cache. Gain powerful and unique items through caches. Caches require a cache key to be opened. Caches are only available for a limited amount of time. New ones will be available regularly. Not really, they just kind of cycle them out at this point. You can stack caches and sell them to vendors for anima shards. So yay thingy. Let me get an anniversary cache. And since I have my patron available now, I get a cache key every day. So we can go ahead and open that. These are some of the things we can get. Outfit, special weapons, pet, fancy jetpack. Mostly we'll probably just get the distillates or anima fragments or... Yes! We get a fancy weapon. We have no way of using the signet distillates, healing stuff, fragments. Can use the talisman. And I didn't really show it off, but the purple key gives you better chances for, like, the rarer prizes. Oh, we got... Ooh, a gun. Heavy caliber pistols of alacrity. You are more likely to roll a double red set of chambers, but less likely to roll a double white or double blue set of chambers. Alacrity increases your move speed by 15% while in combat. So, not the greatest, really. You can use that. These fancier ones, the purified distillates, don't have a cost to use them. And that's just a rarer currency. I'll stick this up here. We can use it for fusion fodder if nothing else. So yeah, big keys. If I recall correctly, we are currently in Town Hall, so we can probably find the key to the city. So we'll just steal that. Mayor's dead, so he won't mind. And here we are, in the tunnels. Have a nice locked door. We just picked up a few of these symbols while we were in the basement, but we're still missing this last one. Of Khufu, of the Grand Lodge. So yeah, we got the eye, the pyramid, and the phoenix. Here, that one's collapsed. Ooh. Book. A man who seeks enlightenment shall set himself in motion. He shall show appreciation for the exertions of his fellows, and he shall make as a church-going man does before holy symbols. He shall show great disdain for the trappings of old empire, and avert his gaze from the schemes of coiled and chaotic. I'm sure that means something. And faction agent has returned from her job. Hannah is extremely pleased with your agent. Not only did the new recruit return with the right dress, they also picked up a bottle of Hannah's favorite perfume. Hell yeah, I did it! Don't forget to tell the higher-ups about this. Promotion, here I come. And we get some prizes. And we can send her on some other stuff. We'll go ahead and do Dante's first circle. Maybe? It's only 56. And we like Dante. Dante, the ghoul and taco vendor in London's Haitian Market District, has a passion for the arts, philosophy, and Mexican food. Recent conversations about politics in the United States and other parts of the world has piqued his interest in the philosophy of human affairs. He is willing to pay a high price if someone can fetch him a rare copy of Aristotle's Politics. Finding a rare edition of this book will certainly require some investigative skills. But if we finish all of Dante's special missions, I believe that's how we unlock Virgil over here. And isn't he just adorable? What do we have over here? Another dead end. Dead end and another puzzle. Oculus rara avis. So we have 2 of these plaques. Each one lists 2 things, and we have 3 of these symbols. So, whatever could we need to do? I mean, I don't know either. But I'm gonna guess from the bird that it's probably the phoenix. So I believe the phoenix is the stabby one, and this one is the eye. Oh. They wanted me to do them in order. There we go. We have a coffin of Solomon Priest, who is one of the founders of Kingsmouth. That was his house we broke into. And strangely, it seems he's not here. So we got the Masonic artifact, got a faded page, a confession, pinned in the year under the eye, 1702, Kingsmouth Town. One might consider this an admission to 2 acts of cowardice, and also of bad faith within the enlightened order, and as such I shall see to it that this missive, once written, is sequestered with my own corpse. My time on this earth runs short, and much is left to be undertaken. By this I mean the order, and by our third, but more on that apiece. The remains of Solomon Priest were moved at my instruction by loyal men who fashioned for him a new rest within the tunnels. On this matter, I declare my reasoning was to prevent our enemies and consorts alike from digging too deeply. The trail to the new tomb shall die with my retainers and myself, and so too shall die any looter or gawker seeking to negotiate its traps, should they not hold enlightened knowledge. A Confession, Part the First. So, intrigue among the illuminated ones. Can I have my symbols back? They can't have my symbols. We make our way back. Now that we have the Masonic symbol, we can open the other door. Whichever way it was, not this one. Of Khufu is the pyramid, and of the Grand Lodge is our Masonic symbol. And we have found part of the archives. Got some books, got some of the same paintings we had upstairs. Oop. And puzzles. Boss note. To proceed, Write as a learned man would. Look to Jerome's work on the 201st Psalm, the 8th part, the first darkness. Whatever could it mean? Let's see. Yeah, that's a good question. What is 2 score? Yes, 40. So, no problem. So, the 41st Psalm. The 8th part. Jerome's translation. And the first darkness. So, abysses. Yeah, that's helpful. But here we are. The Latin Vulgate Old Testament Bible is translated by Jerome. First darkness is abysses. Going to walk on this. A, B, Y, S, S, U, S. And the door is open. We have our next room. I think this is one I don't like, so I'm not good at these sorts of puzzles, we'll say. Should thy desires be thwarted, weep not for thyself, but for Durlandi. And we have sheet music, with part of it stained and scribbled out that we will need to figure out what goes there. So, yay, music puzzles. Yes! Aren't we all excited? So, back to Googling. Flow My Tears is a lute song by the accomplished lutenist and composer John Durlandi. And honestly, if I have this on Crowley's blog, I might just use that. Let's see. Missing persons, human, dust to dust. Digging deeper. Do I have this written down? Yes, but not really in a way that helps me. Me have a scrap of paper here. So A G F She is an old lady now. If I see B A G A E She's grown so much. Where am I? E G G I'm sorry for my sniffles. No. Yes. F D Allergies probably. Just perpetually somewhat sniffly. See if I wrote these down right. Yeah, we've decided we're hungry again. Oh. I did not even write down what kinds of notes we need. They are. One moment as I quickly tab back out. Oops. No, that was incorrect. Oh, that put me all the way back here? That's rude. A. No. Did I break it? Yeah, it should be dotted half, no? what am I doing wrong on this one? Oh. Oh. Okay, I just have to do that section. Yeah, you're fine, Neil. Get up. Okay, so it isn't asking me to do the whole thing, just the blacked out portion. Which is, nice. It's a lot shorter. So we want... What's like third measure? Second measure. Half, dotted half. Eighth. Correct? Yes. A, E, E, G, G. Try that. Half. No. Oh. Pff. It doesn't help that I'm just dumb. Oh, but we do get to show off a feature. As we die enough times, this will gradually degrade, turning, yellow and then red. And we just pay some money to fix that. Hey, it worked! Finally, it worked. Cut it half. E. G. G. Finally! And you can listen to some nice music while I go feed the cats. Okie dokie. Now the kitties should be satisfied. Now we can move on to the next puzzle. Now we have statues. And our hint of you can perform an emote by pressing O to view the list of emotes and clicking on an emote's name. Yeah, it's true. But, hopefully they went and are happily crunching for a little while. At least until my dad gets home. And then they'll need fed again. So, did we get to keep our hint for this one? At least the brown one will stop shouting at me for a little while. No, it did not let us keep our hint. So let's quickly run back and we'll look at the hint. Because we found a book earlier that talked about things we should do as an illuminated fellow. There it is. So, a man who seeks enlightenment shall set himself in motion. He shall show appreciation for the exertions of his fellows, and make as a church-going man does before holy symbols. He shall show great disdain for the trappings of old empire, and avert his gaze from schemes coiled and chaotic. And I am writing these down. Disdain to empire. Gaze, coiled and chaotic. So back to our statues. And all the emotes we can do that hopefully I won't get wrong this time. So, 4 statues. Man with a discus, a snake, an angel with a sword, and a knight. And we can do all kinds of things. So, anybody want to take a crack at where we should start and what we should do? admittedly, if I try to do that, it might count it as wrong and kill me again. So, show our appreciation for the exertions of our fellows. I believe... This one is a clap. Yay. Pray before holy symbols. Show disdain to the old empire, aka the Templars. And cover our eyes from the schemes coiled and chaotic. I don't remember how it calls that one. Cover eyes. Oh, you know, Illuminati stronghold. They're big fans of the Templars. And we have down here another grave. To the second part. Then, the reason for this deception is that I did take the man's life. All true. I did poison him, as the rumors have long circulated, and likely shall continue. For truly it was less an act of murder, as of martyring. And though I assumed his duties, I performed them with hollow ritual, and as his name is remembered, mine remains in his considerable shadow. In the 100 years since my fateful act, I have come to accept this was always my rightful place, and in seeking to unseat him, I did only seal it so forevermore. The third knew of my treachery, of this I am certain, even though he remained in London. Now finally, as I breathe my last, he comes to America with designs for the order in New York. Isaac Fletcher, Governor of Kingsmouth, Grand Master of the Illuminated Lodge. This is the second of the founders, Isaac Fletcher. And this is, supposedly, Solomon Priest. Illuminati history is filled with its share of poisoned men. Tunnels such as these cut through the New World, filled with secrets the Illuminati do not wish to share, not even with their own, and skeletons they'd rather forget. Supposedly, I know there are theories around that Solomon Priest may have been the actual King Solomon, who has been cheating death for centuries and millennia, and skipped through ages, and so who knows what corpse is actually in there, if any. If only I could. But yeah, puzzle. The tunnels beneath Kingsmouth offer a small-scale glimpse of the kind of labyrinths the Illuminati have chiseled throughout the world, the New World especially. The one in New York is considered to be their crowning achievement. The logic and purpose of all of them remains essentially the same, to twist and conceal the truth. The Illuminati have elevated the acts of burial and forgetting to an art form, Kingsmouth's secret arteries conceal the body of a murdered founder. Very few among them know it's tucked into the bowels of New York. Very few would want to know. What lies, what cries, what presidents. And our reward is we got a military helmet. So yes. Now, I think that is about everything we are going to be doing in Kingsmouth itself. Now we'll head up Langmore Trail to check on the hippies, and we'll spend some time on Fletcher Island after that, depending how much time we spend. I should probably also show off the siren song, so that is here. These are the mass graves, or one of them. And this one is from people that were killed in the 1712 fire. Witch trial victims. Oh, forgot to get this one. I've got the Drog ordering the fresh zombies to dig things up. Initiate the secret histories. What is time to us? We stand outside. Everything has happened. Everything is happening. We smell the carbon agony of burnt flesh and hair, and we are there. It is autumn in the affixed year of the affixed god, 1712. Time moves, but the fire moves faster, eating Kingsmouth, harbor and town, church, town hall, tavern, wharf, and housing. Many die from heat. More die from noxious smoke. Children's blade like charcoal drawings. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Yeah. Hippies seem to have been prepared. We have some nice protective wards up around their camp.
What's up?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the morning light. Yes, I will embrace the light. Morning light information sheet. Got somebody named Walter Berry. They're local. Gas attendant for Psych Oil. He is open to their 1-week training course. Is maybe open to participating in a commune. Is sure okay about helping others find the light. And what got him interested in the morning light? I hate my job, man. I got kids and that's hard. They're like people I don't know a thing about. Everyone's strangers, man. I want to know people. I want to love and be happy. I saw your brochure and I'm interested, I guess. The philosophy of the movement is change, necessary change, mental and metaphysical change for the better. Mankind stagnates in the quagmire of modern civilization, the literature boldly proclaims, but humanity is ready for its next level of existence. Morning-like presentations, lessons, and products dramatically accelerate the parishioner's spiritual journey up the ladder to infinitude. To progress to the next age of humanity, Something drastic must happen. Yeah. And what better way to spread your cult? The Morning Light is a modern spiritual movement. They take parts of Eastern and Western beliefs and grind them into something convenient and marketable. They preach change and empowerment, but their ranks are filled with spiritual cowards and sheep. We do not encourage you to sign up. Enlightenment does not require a DVD. Of course, their increasing popularity is a reflection of the times, as is their presence in Kingsmouth. In the midst of darkness, people prefer easy answers to the cold sting of chaos. And we shall meet Che.
Bring this to the rendezvous point and get the hell back to Dodge. Don't stop for red lights, don't stop for a smoke, don't stop for a piss. Comprende, amigo? Wait! What the fuck? Wait! We're not done, amigo. Listen, don't fuck this up. Focus. Leave this circle, and you gotta watch your back. Plenty of creepy crawlers out there, no voodoo to keep you safe. But this is what you signed up for, right? There's more to the Morning Light than clean living, handing out flyers on the subway and trying to get vertical with Miss Dreadlocks from orientation week. We're harbingers of change, dude. We're prophets of mutation. We're disciples of doom. But change won't happen unless we up and act. Sure, Rome wasn't built in a single day, but it sure as hell wasn't built by deadbeat procrastinators lazing around on their asses, smoking weed, either. Just get it done. Bees on me 24/7, dude. That's how this thing works. Shit rolls downhill. And the boss has made it pretty clear this is important, and it's gotta be taken care of now, not later. Not when you feel like it. Tut fucking sweet. Comprende? Everybody's gotta pull their fucking weight, dude. Anybody else is just dead weight. Hell yeah. We're with the Morning Light. You've seen the flyers, you've seen our commercials, you've probably even talked to some of our good people. Can't escape the light, my friend. It's all fucking encompassing, like air. We're like air. Breathe it. So some people feel a need to badmouth us. Big fucking deal. Happened to Jesus. Happened to the Buddha. It was bound to happen to Philip Marcard as well. There are some that won't even see the light, you know? They're jealous of those who do, and they want to destroy it. Morning Light is about change, about improvement, about shedding our shells and, you know, sprouting wings. Like a motherfucking butterfly, my friend. We're all about freedom, about casting off our tired old lives and starting anew in the light of a new sun. And the end is coming, good buddy, and we need to prepare. We need to help get it done. We can't sit and wait for the world to turn, no. We need to turn it. We need action. In the Morning Light, we're all about the action. We're all about making change happen, and happen right now. We were, you know, just passing through with our little band of merry fucking hippies when that shit rolled in from the sea like whipped cream on a blueberry pie. Well, it's not like the fog caught us by surprise, no, man. This is what we've been preparing for. The end of motherfucking days. This is what the Morning Light has been preaching for years. And now, now we got the last laugh. We're laughing our asses off. This shit is exactly what we deserved. Being prepared, we didn't really lose anyone important. We had some dudes run off when it first happened, got themselves eaten alive. Could hear them screaming in the night. I was like, Good fucking riddance, man. They were traitors. Cowards. They didn't see the light. They didn't see that we need this. That the Earth needs change. This is change. This is change for the better. So, we got stuff to keep us safe. We were prepared. Some good voodoo, man, to protect those who believed. Those who trusted my word. Trusted the morning light. Here, we got everything we need. And we'll stay put until the end comes. And Marquardt himself leads us into the brave new world. Oh, I can't fucking wait. Beaumont's got a direct line with Marquardt himself. Knows him personally. That's like knowing someone who knew Jesus, you know? A red telephone to our motherfucking savior. Morning light saved my life. Beaumont saved my life. 30 years ago, when we met, I was a wreck. Strung out, man, ready to roll over and die. Couldn't move forward, didn't have anything to live for. But the morning light, they gave me hope. They made me see that there's a future for those who believe in change. I don't remember the exact details of what happened around that time. I'm pretty sure I was in Amsterdam at some point, and then I woke up somewhere in Scotland, and after that, I have a memory of being in Venice. At some point in there, Beaumont grabbed a hold of me and yanked me back into reality. All I have left from that time is a weird tattoo, a missing toe, and faith in the motherfucking morning light. Amen. So, you guys, you run around like you're young gods, like you rule the fucking planet. I gotta say, I thought I was arrogant back in the day, but I was nothing. Nothing compared with you people. You take arrogance to a whole new level. Say what you will about the morning light, and it's probably all true, but from what I hear about your secret societies, we've got nothing on you. The Templars? They burned down a city to destroy a single demon. And what the fuck is up with that? And the Illuminati? Look at what they did to this place. Puppet masters who don't give a shit about what happens to their puppets once they cut the strings. Don't know much about this dragon, but I kinda like the idea of manufactured chaos. Change, man. It's what Morning Light is all about. But I'm betting the dragon doesn't have the best interest of mankind on their minds. I bet it's all about getting power and wealth and control. Us? We're about setting the human spirit free. About making motherfucking butterflies, man. Go on. Pretend you're a hero if it makes you feel good. Pretend you're all about saving mankind from the darkness. Go out there and fight evil. Get your little rewards, your ranks, your whatever. It probably makes you feel good, right? Like a rat on a wheel, round and round it goes, chasing that little bit of cheese. You're really something, aren't you? You dare criticize us, motherfucking hypocrites.
So that's Che. He does end up returning later. But for now, we'll deal with whatever he's got. Oh. Oh, yeah.
Visual tracking initiated.
Well.
Visual tracking initiated.
Fuck me. What the fuck was that thing? Jesus Christ, man, I'm shaking like a fucking leaf. Oh, fuck. The package. Fucking monster ran off with the fucking package. Jesus Christ, Shay's gonna fucking freak when he finds out. And Beaumont, man, fucking Beaumont. Shit rolls downhill. I'm a dead man walking, a dead man. Hey, you got, like, superpowers, right? If you get that package back, you're in, man. In like fucking Flint.
So let's go get that package. Ooh, yeah. Do you think it's autographed? We probably got a minute to kill a bear. I'm not allowed to kill the bear. We might be able to beat the bear over here. Bear. Bear. Killed a zombie bear. Anyway, back to work. Where did the Wendigo go? Friend, please stop scurrying. We want to fight you.
That's awesome, man. Jesus Christ, I figured I was done for. Oh, man. Thanks.
No problem, bro. The morning light is not respectable, but we are unaware of the extent. They are certainly not in Kingsmouth to save lost souls. Continue to tread softly and infiltrate their midst. They are classically misguided top-down organization. The sheep are mindless, used just to distribute pamphlets and deliver packages. The head, Philip Marcard, is currently beyond our reach, but everything about him is crafted to be perfect. Perfect family, perfect dog, perfect teeth. On the other side is Che Garcia Hansen. Dead family, dumb dog, rotten teeth. We are interested in what links these opposites, the one called B. We'll just head back and leave this for later. What's interesting is that the waypoint on my map up here, just little plain circle, I actually set that on Crowley's account. So, not entirely sure why it's showing up over here, but there you go. Yes. Although mostly I just wanted to look at the van, really. Make sure I had the right idea of what it looked like. There was something. Maybe. We can quick jump. There was a mission that I was thinking was available. But I don't remember where I pick it up at. Maybe it's in here somewhere. It might be the incomplete
Namaste.
record. Hi, Moose. Let's see. Is it in here somewhere? No. Cannot remember how to trigger that one. There's a guy who filed a noise complaint. Ah, there it is. Can't do his next mission yet, so we will head over here to the tunnels, pick up the noise complaint, and also this is where our siren song leads. Trespassers. Just before the fog hit Kingsmouth, a local called Old Tom filed a complaint asking the sheriff to remove Morning Light members trespassing on his land. In the chaos since then, no one seems to have heard from Old Tom, and the Morning Light camp is still there. Tom seemed very upset with the trespassers. He even threatened to take matters into his own hands. Read the whole complaint, then look for Tom. Kingsmouth Police Department, Complaints Form A3-3045. Type of complaint, hippies. Would you goddamn cops do your goddamn job and get these goddamn hippies off my land? It ain't a campground, and they've been up to some merry shit. I've tried making my case peaceful-like, and they up and threatened me. Now one of my dogs has gone missing. I swear if you don't do something about it, I'm gonna take it into my own goddamn hands. First, see what we got in here. I can't remember if there's gameplay or it goes straight to cutscene. Alas, the dog. Something went wrong. Dead ends. Explosives. Plenty of explosives.
Finally silenced the incessant noise and moved it to a safer place.
So where did...
Away from here. I'm not in a sharing mood, Cassandra, and the moaning isn't helping.
That's not what you said last night. Oh, baby, I thought we had something. Something magic. Black as space and red as blood.
This is so very far beyond you, little girl.
Fuck off. I've seen the beyond, and I'm a fast learner. I'm ready for more than this. Give me something. Let me in. Let me do what I'm good at.
What? Getting the boys to sign over their lives for a snog? I'll tell you what you can do. We're spreading an idea, but that idea won't take hold without carriers. You keep spreading those long legs of yours to recruit more foot soldiers.
Be still my beating heart. Here's what I don't get, Beaumont. You have what you've been looking for. Your precious magic sword. You control the armies of the living dead. You pretty much own this island. So the question is, why the sour face? I mean, what is it that you're missing something, right? And this is interesting. Your treasure, your precious. You can't use it, can you? I mean, the spirit is willing, but the flesh... Oh my, the flesh is limp.
Watch it, little girl. You have no idea what...
What? What?
You want to know what this is really about, Cassie, dear, when it all comes down to it? Change. Evolution. A new dawn. The world tree will shake. The sun will turn black, and the gods themselves will fall. We are rebooting the world.
That's the thing, isn't it? What everyone talks about. It's the big headline. The dawning of a new age, right? Tokyo. The endless night. I like it. There's poetry to it. And oh, does it suit you. The evil sorcerer thing. It's sexy.
The answer is in the archives somewhere. It has to be. They knew about it. The gateway to the black heart of the island. I have the key, but... That lock is the fucking thing.
Wait, didn't you say that the lock...
I've been around long enough to recognize the flavor of the day, Cassie. You're it.
Oh, really? So that's it. That's how you repay me, you piece of shit. No more. Take one last good look at what you're missing. Lover boy.
Useless bitch. The Illuminati. And their bloody labyrinths.
So that was a thing. Black Heart of the Island, Illuminati archives, fucking tunnels. Must be an entrance, but where? Several entrances, all lead to archives. One basement, secret, forgotten, inconspicuous. Yeah. But looks like he was planning to take a flight. And the airport's over on Fletcher. So, we'll probably be heading that way next. This isn't going to come back on. Okie dokie. It was nice of him to turn the lasers off. But before we follow up on that, we're gonna hang out with Cassandra for a little bit. Or we should, if assuming the mission has worked. And we gotta find old Tom, who I'm sure is still alive after going to confront the morning light. He is... yeah. I know he's somewhere off to the side here. That's a rock. Still a rock. Zombie. Just minding your own business there. It's a little dark. Might be easier to find in the daylight, but... if I had a lamp. Closer to camp than I remember. Be helpful if he lit up. Oh, there he is. He's just an ordinary corpse.
Hey, man.
So we'll get this one.
Our intrepid fucking hero. Pretty impressive stunt you pulled out there. I got my good eye on you. Hey, Cassie. This is the one.
Hey there, hot stuff. I like your style. And your weapon.
Cassandra is our resident Mary Magdalene. Don't let those doe eyes fool you. She'll eat you up.
I do have a big appetite. Comes with being Southern, I guess. Not that Jesus here would notice. He's immune to my female charms. Boy's got no spunk. Anyway, Che, I need to talk to you. There's an issue with, you know.
Who's doing the pickup?
I am.
And who else?
I'm going solo. I can handle myself just as well as...
Not gonna happen, babe. You could get your pretty little ass hurt bad out there.
Your concern is heartwarming, Che. I'm sure it's got nothing to do with wanting to keep an eye on me.
Trust issues. Hey, feel like doing us a favor? Call it your ticket to a new Jerusalem when we finished building it.
If that's the kind of company you're talking about, well then, I might be flexible. Very, very flexible.
She's talking about sexual positions. That's what that little pause was. It's her idea of subtlety.
Fuck off. We could get to know each other better. I'd like to find out what lies beneath those still waters. Oh, and don't worry. It's not far. And we won't do anything you don't want to do. Okay with you, Jesus?
lovely people.
Hasta la vista, amigo.
Later. Well, we head back to the tunnels to have quality bonding time with Cassandra. And here she is. And this being a sabotage mission, we get an achievement if we get through it without being caught.
What the fuck happened here? Somebody's been tampering with the security.
Yeah, weird.
We need to be careful. Lucky thing I have you here. Maybe I'll get to see you flex your muscles.
No guarantees I'll be able to do it.
Careful. Motion sensors. Yeah, B's paranoid. He really treasures his privacy. Purple to a death match. No sense of fashion whatsoever. There's a box over there somewhere. I've seen B use it. Controls the laser grids. If we could get that reactivated.
But who does wear purple to a death match? Sorry.
Hold on. I remember B telling me this place connects to the sewers. With the security on the fritz, you know, eyes open.
So the trick to this is if we pick the wrong lever, we will get attacked by Drog and fail our subtle, sneaky achievement thing. And the trick is, if you angle the camera close to the door, you can hear groaning and fishy sounds from the incorrect doors. So I think it's this one. Come on, Cassie. I need to quickly change my settings. Control. I want to turn off dodge. There we go. Because we have
Another one of these little countermeasures. Keeps the drag out. They don't like being zapped. Careful. Watch your step.
Only certain tiles are safe to walk on. You just kind of have to wander about. More purple people, too. Hippies don't believe in OSHA.
This wasn't here the last time, I swear. He has got some serious trust issues.
And so we have another puzzle. One of the flip the switches until we get all 3 lights green. What's this one do?
Okay, so here's the deal. I'm gonna level with you. It's better for everyone if this package doesn't end up with those fucking morning light hippies. We're a different breed, you and I. We're better than they are. So let me take this with me and go through that door, and I will owe you a favor. A big one. Do we have a deal? I'm sorry, honey. I have to go. Believe me, I hate this as much as you do.
Black
We'll
kiss.
see each other again when the both of us have grown a bit. I'd like that very much. Take care, okay? When I'm ready for you, you'll know where to find me. I promise.
Paralyzing incantation, courtesy of the Wicked Witch of the South. So yeah, we just got robbed. Cassandra has taken the package for herself and made her exit, promising you'll meet again one day. Perhaps you'll find out if its contents were better off in her hands than those of the Morning Light. Yeah. So that was Crowley's first kiss. We'll see her one more time, but after that she just kind of disappears. The Illuminati's wrap-up for this section, they're mentioned as trying to track her down, like that faction specifically, because they want to recruit her, because they've decided she's very cool, but they never quite managed to succeed. The tabletop mentions, I think she's like Ireland, and they're 10 years later. The Cassandra King variable fascinates us. She will be a Susami in this world, and T equals A log H plus B log R equals D. We should have suspected that she did not fit the mold of a typical morning light sheep. A runaway, yes, but not one who is lost. When she finally strikes the fathom shores, we will be ready. Having borne witness to these early waves, we can prepare a response to meet her projected measure. In the meantime, continue to take an interest in the inner workings of the morning light, and the motives of the one called B. If even the Phoenicians are chasing their packages, it means they contain much more than pamphlets. And our reward for this is New England Theatrics, which we can use in London where they have a theater, and we can put on shows and such. Yes. I think they broke on Crowley's because I don't think I can get the achievement for having them. Your agent proved to be very resourceful and was able to procure the exact copy of the book Dante was hoping for. So, faction recruit, as you can see from her little list here, doesn't have the little heart power to activate these bonuses. But other things we can do. And her best stat is whatever the triangle stands for. Prowess. The pickup. A member of your faction is in hot water. A package that was supposed to be delivered by noon today, but they have recently learned the package has been intercepted by Phoenician operatives. Send an agent to retrieve the package by any means necessary. This is a high firepower mission that is time sensitive. Get that package before Phoenicians discover what it contains. And she only has a 49% chance of success, but we aren't really out anything for making her try it. Now, we are done with this little section of the island. We shall head over to Fletcher. Kind of give a bit of a choice here. We can go talk to Danny, or we can go talk to Anne and Harrison. Danny down here is an ordinary teenager just kind of hanging out at the skate park. And these are some Orochi operatives that are blocking off the bridge to the mainland. Ooh, and I just noticed we did get another operative. Lydia Darling. Subject has spent most of her life defying her last name, accruing a long list of legal infractions. Subject evinces a macabre demeanor, belongs to the local occult scene, and claims to talk to spiders. During a recent seance, Lydia became possessed by the spirit of her great-grandmother, Ligeia Darling, a feared witch with influence in both kinds of underworlds, and a legendary thirst for rum. Subject habitually watches the TV show Glee, but doesn't want her coven to know. Use this as leverage, or rum. We can send her out too. So do Hexed. The Black Rose, a voodoo shop in New Orleans, seems to be selling more than just souvenirs to its patrons. Apparently its owner is also in the business of selling hexes of discord and darkness to anyone willing to pay the right price. This would make the shop owner a Bokor sorcerer rather than a benevolent priest. There have already been several deaths reported, each with ties to the shop. Find a way to either shut them down or convince them to refrain from the hexing. Send an agent with knowledge of the supernatural and the ability to protect themselves if things get out of hand. And we'll ship her off to do that one. bonding with Orochi time. Badge of honor. Near the abandoned Orochi van, there are signs of struggle, and a trail of blood leads down towards the water. Something bad happened here, and only the trail will give answers. An abandoned Orochi van is found on the side of the road with a trail of blood leading from it. Follow the trail and find out what happened.
Visual tracking initiated.
And what happened is they got mauled. And we have an ID card. That we can take up to the bridge. Yes. A very shocking fate for Orochi officers. They never ever die horribly. Hello. Don't shoot. Yeah, there's some cool dudes.
So, have you ever seen them letting off a bug gun in the labs?
1, the proper term is experimental weaponized organics. 2, aren't you a little puritanical for the firing range?
Excuse me? I grew up on a farm 20 miles out of Spokane. I named my rifle before I named my pony, and I could take a can clean off the bridge supports from here.
There is so much about you that wasn't detailed in your profiling, you know that? Yes, weaponized organic could lacerate white-hot fractals into this hypothetical can from around the corner. And you'd only know it happened on a 250,000 frames per second playback.
Awesome. See you.
Our wisdom flows so sweet. Taste and see. Transmit. Initiate Kushidana Hime signal. Receive. Initiate the 8-range frequency. Building a better tomorrow. Initiate the 7 dead daughters syntax. Seizing the future. Initiate the Susano proclamation. Tragedy struck in Tokyo today. Flip the ace of industry. Witness the Orochi group.
So, have you ever seen them letting off a bug gun in the labs?
I can't remember
1,
which one we probably want to start
term is
talking
experimental
to.
weaponized organics.
Eh.
2, aren't you a little
Smash.
puritanical for the firing range?
Excuse me? I grew up on a farm
We'll
20
grab
miles out of
Harrison's.
Spokane. I named my rifle. Hi. Hey. Hello. I know you. I mean, not you. The collective you. Whatever the collective is for superhero.
I'm starting to think they're doing this on purpose. Lost satellite signal again. Word is we're not going to see another one of our friendly neighborhood Spider-Men? Welcome to the party. Dig in. There's enough cake for everyone.
It's not sarcasm. He isn't capable of sarcasm.
Well, she's right. I'm Blake. This is my associate, Ms. Radcliffe. We represent an independent think tank, working with the CDC, troubleshooting agency, for particular kinds of trouble. Like Mount Vernon, Iowa last summer. You didn't hear about what happened there. That's my point. We're a long-term, goal-oriented organization. Our role here is to maintain a scientific overview of the situation, not to intervene. And that's what we've been doing. Not intervening. Maintaining a scientific overview of the situation, despite continuing setbacks that someone with a high-risk skill set might be better aligned to deal with.
He means you. And I'm sure I didn't need to say that bit. Those things, those monsters, they're tearing up our perimeter. I mean, actually tearing it up and carrying it off. This has the potential to be bad on so many levels.
On multiple levels.
A flight of superheroes? A fray?
We're done here. You shouldn't confuse a team leader with a team player. I would have preferred to oversee this operation remotely, on time, under budget, and with minimum deployment of heavy weapons. However, I had Miss Radcliffe to consider. A promising graduate, but easily distracted by human elements. My intention was to keep her focused on our corporation's core values. I haven't been entirely successful. Her rural upbringing leads to every community in peril tugging at her heartstrings. In our line of work, I find the best practice is to refer to small towns by case number. Yes, she gave me the same look. You really haven't been doing this long, have you? I doubt we'll meet again, but in the event we do, let me know how saving the world has turned out for you. I might have known your kind would show up sooner rather than later. The etheric wave activity on this island has been spiking off the charts. Oh, don't go all cow-eyed on me. You and I both know you're something of an occult hot potato. All that volatile energy buzzing around inside your skull. Isn't that why your quote-unquote secret society snapped you up? Soldiers are seldom selected for their winning diplomatic skills. It's all enough to make Ms. Radcliffe chew her nails. Neither of us wants that. Uneven nails are symptomatic of disorder. But I digress. In the big picture, our organizations are working to the same game plan, just from different angles. We choose to deal in hard, quantifiable science, and you're the liberal arts. To be candid, I envy your lack of accountability to the real world. Can you even begin to imagine detailing an event like this to the Joint Chiefs of Staff? I say detailing, I mean obfuscating. The government knows, of course, as much as they need to know. It's unavoidable when members of the so-called secret world decide to contact Dimension B in a Northridge Mall, for instance. That was one hell of a spring. Life is just full of inconvenient surprises, and I'm not big on surprises. It's what attracted me to this line of work, the chance to normalize the curve. No offense, there'll always be a place for statistical outliers like yourself. The average American doesn't need to see the whole carnival, but they've always loved the sideshow. I couldn't comment on rumor or speculation over the group's activities. 1, Ms. Radcliffe and I only represent a subsidiary. 2, I have undergone considerable media training. What I can discuss is that there's no side agenda, no conspiracy. That sort of sensationalism is more your controller's style. Our deployment was standard operating procedure in the event of an occult emergency. Ideally, we could have isolated and contained without anyone registering that we were here, provided that they overlooked the primary blockades, the corporate security detail, the air support. Not my call, for the record. The priority is now for us to work together, but separately, towards a satisfactory conclusion for all parties. Finger-pointing will get us nowhere at this advanced stage of contagion.
I know what you must be thinking. How'd she end up here? Well, I am a sucker for field uniforms with silver lining. No, that's a joke. I was always the bugs and animals girl at school, so this is, kind of a career path. Cryptozoology? I guess I didn't see that coming when I signed up for R&D. They don't really ease you into it gently. How all the urban legends aren't legends, or even that urban. I mean, the stuff I saw in Iowa would... Never mind. Well, I don't have any regrets. Yet. And this work gives great miles. Even more now that we're getting flown to some new catastrophe every couple of months. Well, you must be pretty used to it by now, though, right? Doing that thing you do? Would you say a flock of superheroes? This is totally bugging me. It's nice to be able to talk to someone about all this, who understands. I can't call up my folks and be all, you will never believe what I performed frozen section on today. I see these things, so they'll never have to. I'm keeping them safe. Safe in their reality. Protecting the world with science. I was so into that idea as a kid. Now, well, I think it can make you a little crazy. Staring too long into the abyss and all. Down the old electron microscope. Like I was happy to be one of the Valley Girls. We have an internal mailing list. But now they're calling us the Frankenstein Patrol. Things are getting kinda gross. But I have Blake as a grounding influence. Oh, he is super grounded. And so I look at him and think, Anne, honey, just do what you're told and then get your buns out of there. I'm under a strict NDA. I can't really talk about my employer or my job or Blake or all this hardware or the helicopters or... Oops, that was already too much. Can I retract? Look, it's not like you can't figure out things on your own. Put two and two together. We're here, and I'm sure you've seen our base camp out west. Ah, shoot, damn it. Nice one, Anne. I guess covert operation means be a blabbermouth in your world. Sorry. Yes, we work for the Orachi group. No, we can't talk about our reasons for being here, but look around. Isn't it painfully obvious? I'd love to be part of an ancient secret society. I'm sure you guys have access to some amazing stuff, like libraries and artifacts and... Okay, yeah, I'm geeking out a bit. But come on, I grew up reading about this stuff. It's like all my childhood fantasies suddenly coming true. Superheroes, secret societies, creepy crawlies, magic. If my mom only knew, she would feel so bad about trying to get me to be normal. My mom doesn't know anything at all.
And that was Harrison and Anne.
Goodbye.
Some decently nice and reasonable Orochi people. Let's check on this here barrier. Possibly not, but this is the only time we see them. So it's possible they, you know, go home, have a nice, ordinary life. Plane. Boys will be boys. An RC plane fitted with a camera sits nestled and partially broken amongst the limbs of a tree. Inscribed upon the wings are the words, D. Dufresne, Skater for Life. Danny is one of the last living youths in Kingsmouth. It is rumored that not even the apocalypse could quench this kid's thirst for curiosity and mischief. Given what's been heard, he's sure to want his plane back. Just grab that and take that back to him later. And this is what the Drog have been doing with the bits of perimeter. Using them to protect these giant pods. Kind of puts the little ones the normal Drog have been hatching out of to shame. But yes, people that turn into pods that turn into new people. Some of the brood witches out there seeding them. tubing. They're fine. Funnel. Siphon some gas. So we can go toast some of these giant pods. Our wisdom flows so sweet. Taste and see. Transmit. Initiate the 0-point signal. Receive. Excuse me. Initiate the putrid aristocracy. The fiend that presides over all evil spirits of the deep, and is often seen in various shapes. Illumine the cycle of the Drog. Witness the Drog leaders. They have, like, no patience for me to read. Okay, bye. Dude. Guy. But yes, bigger pods hatch bigger Drog. Until now, our great advantage over the Drog has been their discomfort on land. However, they are adapting quickly. The Drog are not only taking land-based technology from the Irachi group, but tactics as well. We must now interrogate the sophistication of these tactics. The Irachi group are blocking access to New Colony Span Bridge, the Drog to large varieties of pod clusters. One is tempted to conclude that these things are then of utmost importance, but one must not take for granted the power of misdirection. In their place, it is certainly what we would do. Where are we exactly? Won't do that one yet.
Have you ever seen them letting off a bug gun in the labs?
One. I'm familiar with that expression. It means the progress versus time graph for this operation is about to stop making us look good.
It's these abnormally deformed Condition 17s. Can we just start calling them zombies, sir? The autopsy shows muscle mass still expanding, new neural activity. I'm trying to isolate the chemical reactions, but in a soundbite. Zombies on PCP.
Humor me for the sake of our field report. The zombies. They are slabs of dead tissue. Ambulatory, cannibalistic, but dead. Inert. What's the stimulus?
My guess? An environmental trigger. See how they've been concentrated around this northern island? We need to contain this mutation. We need to get out there and...
Absolutely no field trips, Radcliffe. Safety first. We're just a science detail, and we're already closer than optimal survival distance to the occult epicenter on this one. Leave that to the red shirts.
Did you just drop a Star Trek reference, sir?
Whatever gave you that idea?
Bye. Let's go die. Broken Orochi canister. What the tide brought in. A damaged canister with the Orochi logo has washed up on the shores of Priest Island and is oozing a strange liquid. Other undamaged canisters are scattered nearby. They should be returned to their owners. Whatever the contents of the Orochi canisters, they're probably worth something to the corporation and should be returned. Go around the island and collect as many as you can, then return them to the Orochi camp. My guy cut it out. Nobody here likes reading. I did, yes. Cannot. So, you've got weird black goo seeping out of the ground. Very healthy. Perfectly normal. We're gonna cover it with rocks. And as you can see there, the zombie walked into the goo and got bigger. Zombies ate. We see the hulking zombie, deformed monstrosities. They were physically changed by the occult energies in the fog, in the filth. Centuries of layered wars and ruins cross-hatching Solomon Island, and other dark factors. They are grotesque accidents, and only the shambling dead that will not answer to the whim of the Sargasso Sea monsters. With their power, they have freed themselves from control of the Drog, and wander the island as unpredictable walking weapons of mass destruction. I bet they're mad they can't read anymore, because they're zombies. We still need 2 more. No appreciation for story time. I'd read to you too, zombies. I'm not very good at it, but I do it. There's the bear again. Rocks on your goo. Possible that sticking rocks on geysers that we don't know what they are was a poor idea. We may have made things worse. I mean, this could still be fine, but I suspect it may be worse. But also, The obvious solution here is a bigger rock. There will be no consequences for this. It's fine. We would have been able to put it back. We're pretty burly. Like, practically as burly as these zombies here. Will I be allowed to read? These black toxic pools gushing out of the earth are like lesions bursting upon the skin of a dying man. The earth is dying on Priest Island, and by all accounts, it is a rotten death. There is, of course, a resulting growth, but we hesitate to call it life. The undead hulks are more like restless scabs. Perhaps these ugly forms of death and mutation are necessary parts of the cycle, or perhaps not. We will ruminate on the matter. In the meantime, please seek more information about the nature and composition of the black liquid. Yes. Go ahead and pick this one up. I don't know. We're coming to about the end of the... Yes, we're going to touch it and learn all we can about it and maybe taste it. Rub it on our face. Throw it at our friends. The captain's playlist. A treasure was thrown overboard to stop the crew fighting over it. The skipper used his taste in music to remember the location where he dropped it, and noted reminders in his captain's log. By the looks of things, neither captain nor crew were around to retrieve it. The captain used his two favorite songs to remember the coordinates where he jettisoned the package. The first coordinate is 4 times the duration of the song Safety Dance, and the second coordinate is the duration of the song Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. So we can figure that out. Potentially, but maybe next time. We shall sample the ick. I believe it is moderately sweet. Efficiency. Yeah. We'll start building this one up. Because it has 2 pips, which means it's slightly stronger than our 1 pip one. Once we get some levels on it. The agent not only stopped the sale of hexes, but has also acquired valuable information regarding the dark arts. Get some more goodies. None of these are ones she's especially good at. I'll send her to do Dante's again. But we are probably winding down, so thank you for coming and hanging out with me as we do silly things and fail at puzzles, get interrupted while we try to read the story that's going on, and all sorts of things. Alright, can't do anything with that yet. I did get Oleg. I believe I got him as like things that I've purchased in the past. Oleg Yablokov. Subject's physical strength is obvious. Less obvious is his genius-level intellect. His brutish exterior often causes others to underestimate his mental acumen, and that can be turned into an advantage. Hailing from Russia, Oleg has won several chess boxing championships. Equally puissant in body and mind, he's recently moonlighted as an amateur detective, solving a few impressive cases. With such a unique combination of skills and no known affiliations, subject is ripe for recruitment. Take him too. Send him to go do something. There. Drogology 101. There is still much to be learned about the Drog if there are to be any hopes of stopping their invasion. Study the bizarre biology of the Drog life cycle and compile a report of the findings. An agent with scientific background would prove extremely useful in this situation. He'll be fine. I'm sure he'll come back alive. Probably the same number of limbs, too. I believe in him. But yes, thank you all for coming and spending time with me and not being mean to me at being bad at video games and all of that happiness. Next week, I'll finish up doing the music mission, heading over to Danny, maybe doing the dungeon, maybe. Not 100% sure if we're strong enough quite yet. We might have to come back to that. But yeah, have a good rest of your evenings.